Good evening, everyone. Welcome to FRL Live this evening. Live from Sao Paulo this afternoon in Brazil. I'm your main commentator, Michael F1, as always for F2 this evening. I would have Charlie Grumpy Socks alongside me. You know, the guy that's retiring. The long story. He's not going to be here for a couple of minutes. He's got to do something, so I'm going to be going solo for this qualifying. When I say qualifying, it's only one shot because it's a sprint weekend with 12 laps of racing in the sprint race and 36 for the main one. So it should be very good. Hopefully, it'll be a lot of action everywhere we look. Obviously, I am Michael F1, your co-commentator. I think I said that. I think I said that twice now. But either way, I'm here. You got a stream, and we're going to be on the way any second now. We've got 16 drivers on with us tonight, as you can see. And obviously, you can see the grumpy little girl right there, just spectating, waiting to join the party. Just bear me 1 second while I get the standings up. Hope you had an all brilliant weekend. I'm really surprised I'm commentating myself, as I've just been coming back from a stag do 2 days in a row. So I might sound a little bit froggy, but I sound okie dokie doing this. So I apologise if I slip a word here and there. As you're waiting for confirmed people to join in. Yeah, bear me 1 second. But yeah, hello, Stephen. Popped in the chat earlier on. Hope you're doing very well. And hopefully you actually finished the race, unlike last week with connections issues with some drivers. Hopefully everyone can finish unharmed, of course. Obviously, last time out, second place, second repeat winner, I should say, which would be YouTuber in the Williams, has closed the gap to Uri in the Red Bull. As well, confirm that now. Slowly but surely we'll get there. And F2, season 12, and there it is. Uri is still in the championship by 133 points, which is massive compared to second place is YouTube on 95, and that's a huge advantage. Quite a big gap behind as well for Ballboy in third place now for the Brits, high up there with 66, only ahead by Ivo, but a point ahead of Ivo on 65, and Ed Zax is not far behind him as well, only a point behind him. So it's a very getting close battle for third in the championship. Very tasty indeed, but it looks like the top two have got their own little fight going on. Hopefully it'll be more entertainment when it comes to the end of the season, but we'll find out when we hit the Brazil trek any second now, as we have hit 1 minute past 7. So we should be on our way, but I think we're waiting for someone else to join. Ironic, there's always one. You only have one job, check your internet. But it's okay, as we got two people watching now. Hello and welcome. I hope I do sound alright. Hopefully I don't sound too froggy on the mic. As I think we're waiting for Rackler, which he should be in, which he's not. So I think we're waiting on him and Emil, which in other words is a Milky Way, as I like to say. And I don't think Charlie likes that. I think he's not a white chocolate kind of guy. Play close attention this week. To entry pits in quali. So make sure you stay to the pit lane line on the exit. If anyone makes their pit stops, of course, but hopefully it's not a straightforward race. Hopefully there'll be a lot of mixed conditions. Hopefully it'll be like wet to dry and then back to wet again, because obviously it's Brazil, anything can happen. Obviously we've seen Lewis Hamilton won his first World Championship with mixed conditions on the very last corner of the last race of the season, if no one remembers how he won his first championship out there against Felipe Massa, who ironically I don't know if he is still on track to take that championship back. Even if that is happening, it's quite ridiculous it's happening now after over a decade ago. So yeah, it's quite ridiculous that he tried to brag that. It might get Michael Massey on his side, who knows. As you can tell, I'm just bragging on a little bit as we are waiting to be on the way. I think we are still waiting for someone, which will be Rackler still, as we look through. And it is Rackler and a Mill as well. So I think we are just waiting for these. We've got 17 people here, so it's not all doom and gloom. As we are still waiting for our commentator man to join in. No pressure, just to let you know. Probably just stuffing a burger in his face without chewing. You know, kids these days. As we are seeing a few people readying up, I don't think we are yet to go. Obviously, wait for the main man, Stephen, of course. Wait to see if he readies up, and then everyone will follow. You know, follow the leader. Wait for the main man, Stephen, of course. And obviously, I've got the stream up on my phone as well, so I can see all your comments. If anyone puts a comment here and there. Well, while we're waiting, I wonder if anyone can name me any like Brazilian drivers in particular. Obviously, you've got the great Ayrton Senna, Massa, Piquet as well, Piquet Jr. I wonder if there's any other Brazilians anyone knows. Obviously, Barrichello, Bruno Senna as well. Just on the curiosity, we're in Brazil, of course, and obviously we'll wait until we get underway. People are readying up, but I don't know if that is the case at the minute because Stephen has not readied up. As he is now. Okay, now finally out of the way. But yeah, if anyone else knows any other Brazilian drivers, please let me know in the comments, just out of curiosity and while we're waiting. But we are finally getting underway, 15 seconds to go. And with 17 drivers here, not too shabby at all. Now we're coming to the back end of the season. And I believe it's this, so I couldn't get my words out. This will be the last sprint race of the season. And we'll track to go around. Obviously, it happened in real life as well. With the last season, they did do it in 2020, I believe. I know they definitely did it in 21. But yeah, pretty much an iconic sprint circuit, this, which is not too bad at all. Quite a lot of opportunities to overtake around here, especially in the middle sector, which you can go side by side if you're a clean driver enough. And here he is, just in time as we got right into the lobby. Have you finished your burger?
Have I finished my what?
Have you finished your burger?
Didn't have a burger.
Oh, vegetarian then.
I'm not a vegetarian.
Okay, well, as you're late, predictions, go, since you're late.
I don't know who's racing, hang on. Wait for them to get in.
Well, you got to, come on, you got to catch up now, as we've got mixed conditions by the looks of it. Well, when I say mixed conditions, it's only one-shot quali, but it's very cloudy, might be having a rainy race, so... Yeah, come on, chop. You were late, so now you got to pick up the pace. Go on, who's going to get pole? Top three. Just say a name and we'll go for that.
Yuri P1, Guys P2, and then VIP P3.
Well, leaving out Stephen now. I'll go for Stephen, the legend himself. Followed by Banan in the McLaren and Ivor. I think McLaren would be very strong around here. But we'll see. Obviously, Ivo is leading the championship, and now away we go. Followed by JB, we're starting on. Let's just stay with him to the first sector, and we'll pick up with the pole man at the time. And into turn one through the center S's. As you see, a lot of people, I think two people have retired. I think they've got quality boundaries, Cassidy and Ivo. Sino has just joined, so hopefully that will not mess up the lobby. Fingers crossed. As in the first sector, JB's in 8th. Looks like Uri is leading the way. Evil Zook's up there, fighting for the pole position. Quite a mix-up. turn as Ivo has crashed. Probably Cassius did
Zeus
the
spun
same.
as well.
Okay, the Alpines are down there in 10th and 12th, even though Zano has just joined, so his AI is doing pretty well. YouTuber's now taking the lead, going into the last sector now up the hill with Banan in second and you're in fourth. Ball Boy though, but both the Mercedes fourth and sixth as well,
What
with
the
Viper in the
hell?
middle. Well, Mercedes did well here in real life, and they're doing it again in FRL as Banan takes pole position for a 1.8.0 with McLaren quite close on my predictions, but well, I say close predictions. I think Ivo got under pressure when I mentioned his name. But unfortunate for him, but his teammate is on pole position for qualifying, and that was crap predictions from you, wasn't it? That's what you
Hey, I
get for
got one
being.
of them right.
That's what you get for being late. As Banan takes pole as YouTuber in second, and you're in third for Red Bull, followed by Viper, followed by Ball Boy, and Steven, P5 and P6 for Mercedes. Hopefully they can put that in a good result in the sprint race, of course. Ed Sachs in P7, Scar in P8 for Haas. Oh God, my brain's gone. Leslie, that's the one. Got there in the end. Leslie for Ferrari and Sano, despite joining back in the lobby as the lap started, P10. And obviously, something's happened to Evil Zoot there. I think he spun it in the middle sector because he was fighting for that top spot as well. So unfortunate for him. 5 people watching. Thank you for watching. Hope you're doing very well. And yeah, leave your predictions of many Brazilian drivers, as I was just randomly talking before we started. See how many Brazilian drivers there was in history. As we have the same situation with the pit crew doing the opposite of Y down the pit lane. They were synchronized as well, ready for action. Not for the sprint race because obviously it's a sprint. Hopefully, people will not make any pit stops whatsoever. But yeah, we will wait and see. We won't do predictions. I leave for the predictions on the sprint race. I think we'll do it for the actual race itself. But I'm quite curious if the Mercedes will hold position. As I'll probably let Charlie take away from here up to the start line. Who do you think is going to come out on top for the main race?
P1 will go with. Oh, something's already happened on the formation lap start. But Gamer Banan for P1, Yori P2, and we'll go with a cheeky Ball Boy for P3.
Very nice. As I try to get my tyres up, they're not coming on.
Well, they're all on medium, so.
Yeah, I think I'm being an idiot right now.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think I am.
You gotta go 3 times to the right on D.
Okay, right. It's alright, we made it. Still co-commentator, what a laugh. As Gamer leads the way, he's actually creating a bit of a train on this formation. Like, it's not really ideal, obviously on a formation now, of course, because you're obviously going to be the first one on the start line, but you're going to have very cold tyres, and the track does go uphill, which will be a struggle. As obviously Evil and Textfix collided in the formation laps, even though JB's right in between them, so I don't know how that happened. But yeah, he's lost. The McLaren of Bananas really taking this quite risky, I believe, as Ivo is just coming across the last few meters now.
And let's far.
Very lovely stuff. As we see everyone in a McLaren sandwich up front. But here we go. Banan will be leading the way. Everyone's on mediums. As we see, well, we're guessing the lights are going off right now, as we can't see them on the screen.
Yeah, and the lights on. Away we go.
Yep, and it's an average start at the top. The Red Bull synchronise as well. Contact, is there going to be any contact? Oh, synchronised contact at the back. Looks like a Haas of Scar. And a few people as well are colliding at the back. As Ivo is making places now up to 13th from the last place. Still making moves as well. Anything going up front. Leslie's not had a good start. He's collided out the front. Banana is still holding P1 with YouTube in second. Red Bulls are synchronised third and fourth. As O. Stevens getting under pressure by Sano. Sano's had a really good start, and he's already dive bombed O. Steven. Oh, and there's collided with O. Steven and Sano. Oh, and Edsex. And ooh,
contact.
Yeah, I saw it briefly. Very jumbo in the midfield of this middle sector as well. And Texrex has unfortunately has got to give the place. Oh, Scar lost it. Coming up to the last corner there, downhill. As he had to. I don't know if that was a reset or. Well, I think that could have been a reset to track, which you're not supposed to do. We see yellow flags down the bottom. Great camera shot.
What the heck's going on with Cassidy?
I don't know, but I'm getting a great camera shot of everyone going into turn one. As Cassidy has retired in the pits. I think people have got damage on lap one, and obviously it's been a quite short sprint race. I don't think there's any part of taking part, so unfortunately with those guys you will be starting further down. But YouTube is pushing the pressure on Banan. Even though he says he's a lap down, great technology this, as always. But we've got a penalty of Ivo already on, so he's got damage as well to his McLaren, so he's going to be struggling to hold on to points positions in the sprint race.
Humanoid's trying to go for it on him. I'm wondering what happened with Zook though, because I realised that he's down in 13th. I don't know where he spun at.
Well, we're going to stay on board for the 9th place battle between McLaren, AlphaTauri and the Alpine. Obviously, Sano had a brilliant start, but then he got tagged by Stevens for trying to recover that. Then ran the outside of Humanoid. And Emil has just joined. Hopefully he can be in his correct car. But more importantly, it doesn't affect the lobby, as it occasionally happens. But it looks like it's all well and done. Obviously, Sano's just got past Humanoid and already putting the pressure down on Ivo. Again, he's got front wing damage, so we will be quite slow in this sector, and you can clearly see that catching Sano out a little bit. Looks like he's pushing a lot though in this middle sector. Be careful you don't spin him round. Is he going to do the undercut down the inside? Yes, he is. Ivo sees it coming. It's got the inside line. Hopefully he won't understeer across him, and he doesn't. Good, fair respect, but I think he's going to have to look.
Run outside.
Yep, brave move. Oh, only just. I think there could have been a slight kiss with the front wing and the rear tyre, but brilliant racing. But here comes Humanoid, keeping out of trouble. But the straight line speed on.
Neither Sano or Humanoid do.
Yeah, Humanoid did have DRS, but he had nothing on the straights.
And we've missed the overtake for the lead. Geis has now taken the lead.
No, he has. Sorry, I was keeping an eye on this back because it's still going on. Humanoid has got no straight line speed to challenge these guys. Oh, he's going. Oh, we made a little late dive, but he had to back out of it because there was no gap whatsoever. But now it's putting Texrex back in, so we need to try and keep an eye on that battle. But yeah, as you see, YouTube has just taken the lead. Out for the DRS, I believe. Ooh. Both from similar battery, so Viper is now joining this fight. He's had a quiet season, I believe, up to this point. And Edzax probably lost it on acceleration on the curve, and he's trying to get the tyres down. Hopefully not too much. Yeah, and Edzax tyres are still going to be screaming at this point. Loses the car slightly. As Viper now, yeah, VIP Gamer has actually gone quickest for now, and he's actually comfortably ahead with these guys as well. And I think he could be the fastest Red Bull driver by the looks of it, because you're always nowhere unless there could be a mixed weather conditions in the race. Is probably my concern why he's not pushing the car too much. Oh dear, well, okay, what's happened?
What on earth? I think I just witnessed a murder.
Well, I did see Sano in the background just joining the track. Looked like he did commit a murder. The safety car has been deployed. So what happened from that your perspective then? Because I've just seen him coming in the track in the background.
I'm gonna clip it and take a look whilst we have the safety car because I didn't 100% see what because it was in. I was spectating JB and then I just saw wings flying off in the background and then I saw someone going straight off the track. I think that was Nilsana.
Okay, I'm guessing one of the drivers closed the door on the other, and I'm guessing whoever was in front was the passenger. So I think you and I could have been in front, but didn't realise Sana was still alongside him. That could have been my guess, because obviously when you're getting collided by the rear, you will spin your car first entirely with no control. So that could potentially happen as JB is the first one to blink. He's taking the gamble, followed by Ivo, which is a very good idea because he's got damaged front wing. Isaac's same thing with the tyres. Tyres are probably still shot. And obviously Scar.
Oh, I've seen what's happened.
And Leslie was pretty lucky as well. Didn't get lapped by these guys, so he can continue. And obviously Michael Van Nuggen as well. They could stay out, or they could just do another set of tyres. But can you take the tyres, what you use on this one, into the main race?
You can take them into the main race, but the only problem is with the main race, you actually only get one fresh set of mediums. So when it comes to sprint race, there's not really any advantages when it comes to tire allocation. So
careful, Scar. There's a barrier there when you come out of the pits. Hopefully, you haven't got damage to your front wing. Doesn't look like it, but he has gone back out on the mediums, which I think with a couple of laps to go, you might as well take the sprint option, unless you do take the extra set off. As Gamer has, oh no, Banan has disconnected.
oh,
the safety car will stay out for another lap. Give me a second, guys, as I will invite him in.
well, what happened with Neil Summers out of the exit of turn 3? He was losing the rear, and then he completely just slid into Humanoid and took him out of the race, and they just completely went off the track. I don't think anyone else was involved in it. I believe it was just them. Yeah, it was just them two that were involved, and Neil Sano's somehow still in the race.
Well, that's quite lucky actually, because I think they were in a 4-5 car fight with Edgex down there with them. So I'm surprised it was only them two that's come out worse. But yeah, if he did lose the back end of the car, he might get away with just a racing incident. But again, it's just a sprint race. I don't think it's going to be taken too hardly. But we have to wait and see. If it was a little miscontrol, lightest point, there's probably some points deduction or just a racing incident. Probably. Yes, Humanoid collided for one.
Yeah. Humanoid innocence for once.
Yeah, which I think was for once. I don't think he's done that badly in this league. I think he's done alright. He's been quite quiet. Well, when I say quiet, I couldn't really pronounce his name, so I think that's why he's quiet. But yeah, he hasn't really been into many incidents. So I don't think he's been a bad driver to say, oh, he's been an incident for once. What a great friend you are. But yeah, unfortunately, he is. Looks like the safety car is like picking up the pace a little bit. I think he's got a new engine in that guy. He's like back, getting a hurry on down the pit straight here. But yeah, unfortunately, at least it's literally just a sprint race. So the main one will be coming up very shortly indeed. 11 people watching. Thank you so much who is watching that. And while you're watching, should you like and subscribe? Give the channel a little bit of a helping hand, thumbs up. But that would be a very massive appreciation as we are waiting to get underway for this last sprint race of the season. And obviously Scar is slowly but gingerly picking up getting at the back of the strain. I don't know if he actually made damage to the wall when he came in again by looking at his tire life. If he does, hilarious, because it's us. Typical. But he's coming up to the back of the train, and we should be underway as YouTube. Yeah, he's he's just checking out the driver, probably, see if it's a new driver, giving him the hurry up. But he should be in this lap. But yeah, YouTube, I don't think that works on this game. That gives the driver the hurry up.
Well, I figured out what was wrong with Cassidy. He's once again in the sprint race for probably the 100th time now. I don't know if he did get a setup in the end. I don't think he did, but he said that he has a S setup, which I assume he didn't get his setup in, because people, I don't know why we haven't got a rule in this. I'm pretty sure we do, but I think it got removed at the end of last season and wasn't continued into this one. But normally there'd be a time limit on when drivers ready up in the one-shot quali on when they get a setup. But Geis is going now. I'd say he's caught gamer and napping. He's built a 410.
Oh, hello. Oh, Stephen.
Oh, Stephen was awake.
Yep, quite a similar to...
The teammates make contact. And Neil Sanders also around.
The two Mercedes come together, as you wouldn't normally probably hear recently. But yeah, Ballboy takes full advantage of O'Stephen. Attempt
he's on
of taking...
track.
Yeah, Evil Zoot, though, has moved up to 7th now after a very bad qualifying performance. So he's had a brilliant sprint so far. As O'Stephen is getting swamped from left to right here. God. And now he's getting hunted down by the soft runners as well, which is going to be even more terrible for him.
He's lost the rear.
I don't think he lost the rear. I think he wanted to get that position back, and now he's just... It's like an
demolished.
It's like everyone's driving an F1 car and he's driving a Formula 3 car, as you can tell. He's just getting swandered by everyone. And
he's gone from P5 to P11 in one lap and possibly P12 now.
Yeah, but he's not using overtake to defend though, so I think he's going to get down again. Leslie's not too close enough to attack, but yeah, in the space of literally a lap. Oh, and there's contact.
Dongan.
And I think Scar clipped the back of him.
Oh, and there's Sana's out of the race, but there won't be a safety car. It's too late.
Yeah, it's too late. Scar's hit the back of O'Stephen. Landing, I'm sorry. Oh, who's that? And that's Evil Zoot. Yeah, spun it where Sebastian Vettel lost it in 2012.
Where is he
and where's he going? There he is.
He's doing a Kimi Raikkonen.
He's doing a Bottas. He's cutting the grass and then getting lost. But unfortunately,
is out as well. He's retired on track, I think.
Yeah, I think he did, which is not allowed. But we move. He just made a slight contact, wheel-to-wheel contact with O'Stephen, and just lost the car. But yeah, coming up to 2 laps to go. YouTube leads the way. He's going to be on pole position as it stands, followed by Banan, who's now in his car, thankfully. VIP still hanging on in third, with Uri in fourth. Ballboy is hanging up in fifth. He's doing a very solid sprint race so far with Texrex. It's not putting the pressure on him. More importantly, he's getting under pressure by Ivo, which he might make the move at some point. We'll all have 1 lap of DRS, I believe. Oh no, it's open now.
Yeah, it's open now.
So Ivo's putting all the pressure on Texrex here for 6th place. Already down 20% though. Texrex has got double the amount of battery.
VIP is going to be vulnerable here to Yuri and Ballboy, as he's pretty much out of battery, where Yuri has 40% and Ballboy has 55%.
Well, we'll see whether there be team orders down at Red Bull, as it will be the crucial part of the championship for Yuri. I think Viper can still mathematically win it, but it's a very tight situation that he's in. Cover your mouth, please.
1 second.
Oh dear. We got a sick commentator, ladies and gentlemen. Rest in peace, Charlie, in the chat, please. As we see, I think he's actually dead. As we see, Uri is putting the pressure on VIP now. Is VIP going to let him through? But up front, though, for the lead, Banan. is making the move for the lead. In the middle sector, the gap is there. He has
He's off
to.
the track.
Yeah, but it's okay though. Still side by side for the two.
Oh, he's gonna. This isn't gonna end well.
Still side by side up
Stays
the
ahead.
hill. Just about. But what about the two Red Bulls? They have not swapped places.
The ball boys there for the taking.
Yeah, and I think with the battery uses, I think VIP is going to be in trouble here. But we'll say Ballboy's more closer to Uri than he is to his teammate. But for the lead, who's going to get up to the line first? It could be a photo finish. We will see who's got the straight line speed.
I didn't realize it was the last lap.
Yep, it's the last lap. It's gone quick. That's why it's called a sprint race. Charlie, pay attention. Able to go up the line. And is he going to get it? I think YouTube's going to hold on. What about the third liner stand for the top 5? No, but Ivo's got Texrex at the end. We missed that. Sorry, as Texrex is down in 7th, Ed Saxon 8th, 9th JB, and O Stephen, remarkably, still finishes in the points in 10th. I'm not sure if it is the points in the sprint race. I think it's top 8.
Top 8 in the sprint race. I think Zook has actually left the session.
As he's now joined back in his car now. I think he forgot he was a sprint race as well. So I think he's just realised the main event's coming up. Unfortunately, he's down in 12th, and then Scar bringing up the rear in 12th place on the track. Still pit third in front wing, probably get fastest lap. Probably not. And that is your sprint race, last sprint race of the season.
Thank God.
That's alright, you got yours coming up tomorrow. It's not over just yet.
I know.
As Ivo takes driver of the day. No surprise, he did start last overall in the sprint race. But here's your main grid positions of the race itself, with YouTuber on pole, only by just followed by Banan, who was hunting him down. Followed by the two Red Bulls of Viper, it being on the top this time, of Yuri in 4th. Ballboy, respectable 5th, hunting down, sticking with the Red Bulls. Good charge by Ivo though, taking advantage of the safety car as well, but for taking the place from Texrex in P7, Ed Sachs in P8, and JB in P9, and O Stephen remarkably finishes in 10th.
Once again, my prediction is terrible.
Well, we'll leave that for the main race. I disconnected, and my PS5 is a bug because of JB. Like, hit my... Okay. He hit your bomb. JB hit your bomb, did he? As Evils explains, his little bump to bump with JB. But it's only a sprint race, my friend. The main race is coming up any second now. And obviously, a few people forgot their setups. Hopefully, you can get your setups now in the race. But we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, with people retiring and crashing out, who knows. But we got a long race ahead of us. So it looks like a clear blue sky, but there is some clouds in the distance, as you can see. 11 people watching. Thank you for watching. As you can see, the pit crew are ready to go. Synchronized as always. Hopefully, they can be very professional when it comes to the pit stops. But yeah, unfortunately for Evil Zig, and obviously Humanoid as well. But hopefully they can recover in the race, followed by with Cassidy and Emil, who's finally joined, and he's in the Ferrari, which it shouldn't really count in the constructors. It should be a Williams driver, so hopefully there will be team spirit between the two drivers if they do collide. I wouldn't say collide, I mean just come together slightly as we get the tyres on, the correct one this time. And here we are, everyone on the mediums, apart from O. Stephen and Emil. So, pretty much a standard procedure, tyre choice-wise, probably strategy as well. But what would your voice crack? What would your predictions be for, like? Would it be a one-stop from here, or would it be a two-stop?
One stop. You never do a two-stop on any track.
Okay, that's very short and sweet by the man himself. He's very excited, as always, to be here alongside me.
I'm still trying to catch my breath.
But why are you catching your breath on?
Because I was bloody coughing a lot.
Oh, you're probably like running on a treadmill, wasn't it?
Ah.
Yeah. Or it's either that or getting off a seat too many times. It's hard work.
Oh, shut up.
Hey, it's all right. I remember that filter. I was still that picture's still in the chat, by the way. If you wind me up,
No.
if you wind me up, that's your last day. If everyone agrees in the chat on the last day, I'll put a picture up on Charlie when he's an old lady. Okay.
No, no,
As we
no,
get ready
no,
for
no,
the
no,
race,
no, no, no.
headphones on. Here we go. Focus on the race now, Charlie. Don't be afraid. It's all right. We're all human. As we are getting ready for as we see two people just coming across the line, very scared, getting ready to go racing. As we see, still fat shaming. Okay, T-Hawk,
Shaming.
be nice. As we see,
You
YouTuber
be
as
nice.
no. I've got the picture to prove it. You be quiet. I've got the power. As we see,
What's up
YouTubers.
from Ball Boy?
Yeah, brilliant start from him. Up the Furby's on the outside, but it would take the inside line. Anyone crashing behind?
Oh, it's
No, it
gone.
looks. Oh, was it? Oh, that's a massive
Oh,
crash.
that's out.
That's like 6 cars.
What the heck? All the teammates are out again. What has
5
happened?
second. Oh, I got that perfectly on stream, but
I need to watch it.
I didn't see how it started. But the mayhem I got, and there was like 6 cars probably in that.
Oh
Whoa.
my. What the?
And obviously you saw the contact, so that whoever made that probably will get the bigger fine. But yeah, T-Hawk's words, holy yes, yeah. but yeah, that's incredible.
I'm trying to see who lost the rear.
Well, you said someone collided with someone, so I think that was the start of it.
That was Ball Boy and VIP. They just made going in the exit of turn 3.
Well, they're still up there, so it wasn't them. I'm guessing Scar had something to do with it. Anyone going to come into the pit? So that's going to be the first suspect.
From what I'm seeing, I want to say it was Ivo, because from what I'm looking at from the stream, he's the first car that I'm seeing sideways on the exit. So I want to say it was Ivo.
Well, we'll find out. I'm actually going to go back and watch it myself, so bear with me. Obviously, you can watch this yourself if you want to watch the highlights. As you can see, I need to put this on no frame. Just give me a second. Yeah, I think it started off. It's either whoever's in the Alfa Romeo was pretty much I think he was sandwiched right in between, unless was he ahead and the Alfa Romeo coming across the racing line. I need to look at this at another frame. Bear with me, guys.
Ivo going in reverse is what Cassidy says. And Ivo actually has rear wing damage and side pod damage.
So I'm guessing whoever's in the Alfa Romeo probably took the racing line and hit Ivo and made him spin. So yeah, just bizarre. Sorry, I know I'm being quiet a bit, but I am watching back this because that was an unbelievable crash. I know we have crashes here in FRL normally, but nothing like that. As we lights down, away we go. I need to time this right.
I timed it perfect. Ivo got hit by someone, I don't know who, and then he got spun, and then everyone just piles in.
I think it's between the Haas of JB and Edsax by the looks of it. I think it's between them drivers that made Ivo spin, because I believe Ivo was ahead just on the racing line. And then, yeah, like you said, everyone just came together with that. But yeah, that's a shot and a half. If you want a screensaver on the channel, I think that would be a good one to show what the race was
That's probably
like.
one of the biggest crashes I've seen in FRL.
Yeah, I'm seeing probably 6, 7 cars involved in that. So yeah, if you want a screenshot for the channel,
And only 2 people out.
yes, I think obviously Ivo confirms he had got damaged. So unfortunately for him, amazingly only 2 people, and it's both teammates as well of Edzex and Cassidy as the safety car comes in. So we will have to look back at it. I'm going to definitely look back on it and might get loads of views by this crash, which will be very helpful for the channel. So thanks, guys.
They just want to give me a present because this is my last season.
There'll be more in the prison, I think, as we are getting ready to get on the way. Little sip, sorry, as after the amazing crash we have witnessed, ladies and gentlemen, and away we go. Yeah,
Gamer was sleeping, Ball Boy's awake.
Yep, Ball Boy's looking a little bit of this. Looks like side by side. Yep. Are they going to be clean on exit, unlike the previous lap?
Because of Steven on Nilsano. The grass.
Yeah, we see Ivo making a pass as well. Yes, it was Ivo who caused the damage.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, I'm only getting what I've seen. It looked like probably the Alpha come across as racing line. Well, Ivo was ahead, but yeah, we have to wait and see. But yeah, what a dramatic crash.
And Ivo's just spun Zook.
Ivo's spun Zook, so he's not going to be on his.
He just completely rear-ended him.
He's not going to be on his Christmas list, I don't think. He's having a very bad race so far, especially if he's got rear wing damage and sideboard as well. So he's going to have a horrid race by the sounds of it.
Oh my goodness, what's going on?
Oh, more! There's a Haas going off, cutting some grass.
Nilsano had a half spin, and then Zook just went into the grass. And JB, I think, lost wing. He has damage.
Yeah, he was the one off the track. We see a Ferrari going off turn 1, hit the grass of Leslie. Lost the back end, and now he's lost positions as well, down to 14th. But yeah, it looks all nice and tidy. The top 7 covered by a second between the drivers.
When did VIP move up in the 3rd?
I'm not too sure. I think he was down into turn 4 when I was on board with he was making a pass on Scar, I believe. I'm guessing, but either way, Bullboy is still there. He's still sticking with him. Maybe there could be a little gap between the top 4, as we will probably see. DRS is really key, especially on battery as well. Battery life does drain off really quickly around here if you regularly use it. Probably it'll run out deadly, probably just over 2 laps. So battery usage is critical around here. As YouTuber puts another fastest lap 11.4, but he's got Banana, VIP, Ballboy alongside him. There's a gap slowly opening with Texrex, but he's still in that 1 second window to Ballboy. More crucially, keeping the pressure off. I was going to say keep the pressure on board, but he's not. He's getting overtaken by Emil, who is on the hard tyres, started last place as well. So he might be a very dark horse in this race, but Texrex is coming back on him around the outside. But he backs out of it. He doesn't have to already do the undercut. No, he doesn't. He has to step behind. Your way is falling down to 7th. So not good for the championship leader. I don't know if he's just taking it very cautiously around here, but it just seems like he's just struggling around here in general.
Well, he's going to go for it.
He tries it, but it's not working for him as Cassidy leaves session of frustration.
Texrex had a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, yep, speaking of wiggle, he lost it entirely.
That is a good save.
Yeah, it was a good save, but it was risky joining the track because he was nearly clashing the Aston Martin of Michael Van Dungen, as Steven is going to be swamped by Ivo, who's just taken 2 positions down into turn 1. Great movement from him, great straight line speed. Whereas Steven going to come back on him. Has he got the straight line speed? He should do, because Ivo is losing battery straight line speed down the straight.
They're
But he
still
should.
side by side.
Yeah, they are. They're both drowning battery as well. Same with for God's sake.
It's lost for words.
Yeah, I'm lost for words. Oh, still not recovered for the weekend. I'm sorry, guys. Reminder, I had a steak too, so my words are very sloppy. But still doing a brilliant job as always, because it's me being a nonsense of myself. But there's always see Tex Rex fun. Yeah, he lost it downhill. I think he was in the slipstream of a mill, trying to get a run on him, but I don't think it's worked out. He's down second to last place as JB is just trying to recover on hard tyres. For the top three now, Ball Boys dropped from this battle for the podium.
Something else we forgot to do is our race prediction.
I predicted a crash. Does that count?
No.
Okay, well, unfortunately there's no top three predictions, so I do apologise. As we see, Scar has fallen down.
Scar.
Yeah, the exit of the centre S is Haas is not having a good races so far. But yeah, it looks pretty good up front. Well, VIP is hanging on, but only just. I'm only saying just, because his battery is quite down by quite a lot between these two guys up front. They're like 50% more battery, as it looks like Sano as well.
Sano, and Leslie. And there's a... Okay. Really?
As Scar has been just coming into the second sector up the hill. Obviously, there's no dirty air hitting your rear wing, so there's no downforce at the rear, which can catch you out massively. Obviously, there's a safety car, and the guys on the mediums will take opportunity. Apart from a mill,
the mill stays out.
Yeah, quite understandably, because he is on the hard tyres.
Yori's going to lose positions there because he's double stacking the VIP.
Yeah, and he has lost a few.
Still waiting.
Well, very.
What was that pit stop by Red Bull?
That was a very quick pit stop, despite being holding up. He's down in.
New record?
Yeah, possibly. And we'll stopwatch off. As we see, obviously the majority of people putting on the hard tyres, hoping to go into the end if there's no safety car, of course. But a Mill, I don't think he had a choice. I think he was in a lose-lose situation. Because if he did have to pit for the mediums, he'd probably have to make another stop as well. Because I don't think they could make it to the end with less than 24 laps to go when we go racing. So I don't think...
stayed out on the mediums.
Yeah, again, which I don't think that's very ideal. Unless he's hoping for another safety car. Well, even safety car or not, I think he's put himself in an even more awkward position. Because he will have to put the hard tyres on, and I think when he does put on the hard tyres, much fresher of course, I don't think there'll be much difference in tyre life, because I think the hards can last a full race round here, pretty comfortably of course. But yeah, quite a dramatic race going on so far. Mix up grid, obviously the championship leader down into 10th. Obviously, he did get hauled up by his teammate, which I don't think that was anyone's fault. It was just wrong place, wrong time for the championship leader. But he needs to try and do a Sebastian Vettel round here of climbing through the field. If he can, though, because obviously he hasn't really got very good pace round here so far. He's been losing position more than gaining recently in this race. But Mercedes are doing pretty good. Obviously, O'Steven and Sano and Emil, I think they have made it a good call. I'm not too sure, but they can easily, if there's another safety car later on, and if they can hold as much position as they can, they're in prime position to make a very good result, especially Emil, because I think he might have the pace to pull away.
And yeah, to be fair, he wasn't really looking that bad on the hard tyres. He was running in He was running in, I think, was he running in 5th place? Or was that his teammate?
No, I think he was running 5th place. I think he just got past. He passed someone down the second sector. Can't remember who, but he was quite flying. And as the safety car comes in, let's see if he can actually have the pace to pull away and get a gap to the guys behind. Because those guys are on fresh hards. They're going to still have quite cold tyres for a bit, so he needs to take advantage of that while he can. And there's a massive gap behind, though, of YouTube. That's too much of a gap there. I think that's going to get looked at, I believe. That's way too much of a gap to let go.
I don't think anyone got damaged from it, which is good. And Emil's actually gone now, and he's absolutely left Ivo. Neil Sana was awake, and he's going to challenge against Neil Sana for that P3. I'm sure YouTube's just going to wait for them to make mistakes. But Neil Sana easily gets ahead of Geis is all over him, though. Is he going to try to get ahead of him? Because I think he needs to get ahead of him now if he wants to pull away from Gamer.
Yeah, he's making the move, but Steven closes the door.
Is he going to back out, or is he going to try to go for it?
He has to.
He's going to go for it.
This is going to be so close. Is Banan going to go on the inside? Oh, he hesitated on steering. But he has the whole position, but he's got to watch out for Viper as well, and he's spun. Texrex has spun. Yeah, up the hill as well. Actually, no, I think it was downhill. But yeah, Emil is pulling away now over a second from the medium runner of Ivo, who's not stopped yet. So you need to watch out for him for how long his tyres can go for.
Steven ran a bit wide and on the exit there. It's Gamer. I don't think Gamer doesn't have enough straight on speed. I think he's using the battery now. I think.
Yeah, but here comes the Red Bull. He's going to go double.
Look at that straight line speed.
Yeah, as Texrex is retired. And it's another safety car, and it's a VSC, I believe.
VSC.
And OC, yeah, VIP, Liddy made a double overtake, pretty much on Fernando Alonso, down into turn 1 by the looks of it, but he managed to get the mission off O. Steven just in time, though. But I think, looks like Banan actually closed up to YouTube despite that. He did open a gap by the looks of it on the pit straight, but it looks like he's closed up a little bit.
Go Geis, season 12 champ. I mean, I don't quite think Geis will get it, and the VSC's actually ended. Geis is all over Neil Sano, but Neil Sano's also all over Ivo, so is Ivo going to cause a bit of a train here? Obviously, considering he's got side pod and rear wing damage, he's not doing that bad.
Well, he has got clean air as well, so I think that helps a little bit. I think if he was in clear air, I think he would have a tricycle pretty much to just drive around, but he's doing okay at the minute. Obviously 1.3 seconds of the gap to the leader. Texrex is now left in frustration. Obviously retired, as we see Sano, who is another person who's not paired. So your main race leader at the minute is YouTube, who apparently will be champion this year by a little fan in the comments. No pressure at all. Hopefully Uri is not watching, so I know he watches the stream as well. He needs to try and put the hammer down if he wants to extend his championship. And here comes Guy, like you said. I think the mediums are on its way out.
And I'm sure we're about to see team orders between Ivo and Gamer here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We'll see. It has to happen now. Yeah, I think he was.
We will.
Yeah, he was letting him through, but I don't think Banan knew it was happening because he was right behind him. But yeah, good team. Oh, here comes VIP.
Gamer.
Oh, that was close. I think,
I just realised Michael Van Dongen could possibly be in the hunt for the podium.
Maybe. Oh, and there's contact between the McLaren and Red Bull of VIP and Ivo. And unfortunately, he just has to let it go. But VIP, he's got a penalty, but I do think it's because Ivo did push him. So that might get looked at, but that all depends if he gets a warning from now on, VIP. As you say...
Dorian moves up in 8th. Here comes Ivo on Gamer again.
To help his teammate, which is absolutely fair teammate gain indeed. And obviously VIP has not got DRS either. So he's just helped his teammate an absolute treat here. And he might help him even more. Side by side going on. They're going to go synchronise a lap later once again, but looks like
Oh,
VIP
big
has got this.
contact.
Yeah, I think this place is done and dusted. VIP aggressively covers the inside line to make sure that McLaren doesn't dive in, and yes, he does. And now he's got to break away with that 3-second penalty, but that could get removed though at the end if he reports it. If he doesn't get a warning, he needs to take a screenshot of his director at the end of this race.
Guy's still behind Nils Sano. Guy's just doesn't have enough straight line speed, I think, to be fairly honest. He's quick in the corners, but just has nowhere near enough straight line speed. He's all over Nils Sano. Nils Sano kind of blocking him there a little bit. Yeah, he has no straight line speed, even with the DRS he's slow. Sano dive bombs it a bit in turn 1.
Yeah,
and he stays ahead still.
He does, and the hard tyres are still good. I think the hard tyres can definitely get to the end, as Humanoid's got a penalty. 3-second penalty for him. As we are on board.
Around the outside, goes off the track a bit. They've collided! They've collided! Is that going to be a safety car? And it is.
And it is definitely a safety car. I think Emil will have to pit. Obviously, Ivo will definitely pit. But yeah, that's a very serious incident. I think Sano just came across wide into his path and just hit his rear, and they both gone spinning. Obviously on board with Banan as well. You tell me otherwise, viewers. But yeah, I do feel like that could be on. Was it? It was Sano, wasn't it? Yeah, Texas quit a few laps ago. But yeah, I do think they could be pointing at Sano just a little bit, but more than likely could be very bad racing incident because obviously.
Wait. Guys just stayed out, even with the damage. What was he doing? Nils Sano retires. But what's Guy stayed out with wing damage?
I'm not too sure. I'm very curious about that because I don't think, unless with damage front wing, there's not really very massive different effects. That's my only concern why he stayed out. But yeah, I do think the blame could be on Sano just a little bit. I think he opened the steering a bit too much for what I could see. Obviously on board with Banan, but yeah, your view is very open of what you believe. I'm pretty sure he will get reports either way, so that's going to be very concerning. Well, interesting, sorry. As you see, Emil, obviously, from the lead. You need to watch out for him for his pace now against 7-lap-old hards and a fresh set of mediums for Emil. So he could be cutting through the field, staying out of trouble, of course, with 20 laps to go. Which I think we could be going with 18 laps to go. The safety car will be out for another lap, of course. Stevens pitting as well for mediums also.
Will they get to the end though? Because it'll probably be 19 laps to go even actually, because they'll be in at the end of this lap because at the moment it's 20. Can the mediums go 19 laps? I don't think they'll get to the end, so I'm expecting those guys, not unless they know how to really save up those tyres. I don't see any of them getting to the end, so they need to hope that those are. But that's the only medium set that they get for this race, I think. So that if they're going to get a safety car, they're going to need it a bit late because they're going to need to go on a fresh set of softs.
Yeah, and I don't think, obviously, on this game, softs is not very ideal at all, unless you got a 5-lap sprint to the end. So yeah, it's a very tricky situation of tyre life, of course. I believe the mediums could get to the end, but they need to get the job done there and there and not battle too much, because if you're just going to weave around a lot away from the racing line, that still be a risk on your tyres life. So you need to keep the car pretty much in a straight line as factually as possible as you can be, and trying to get a move done easy as well. So you have to be very committed to the move. If not, You're just going to lose time and lose hard life. Also, Ivo is pretty much in a good position, but a reminder, he has got a damaged car under him, but we'll see who will be coming out on top between them two drivers, of course, as the safety car comes in, as it will be Gamer leading the way, of course, with Viper with a 3-second penalty, but that could get removed. YouTuber nearly hit the back of the Red Bull, is in third, but with damaged front wing. Michael Van Dungen out of nowhere in fourth, and Ball Boy is still up there in sixth with Uri, the world champion, chip leader, in fifth.
Geist is on the back of VIP. VIP not leaving him any room. So,
there's contact in the midfield.
Oh, and there's more contact.
Yeah, there's more contact with Ivo.
Already set the track, so that'll be a 5-second time penalty for him. But what the heck happened?
Yeah, and Scar's going for another daily spin. He's pretty much the new Luke.
Geist is off the track, and he's down to fifth. He should have pitted. He should have pitted for a set of mediums if he had any. But to be fair, I don't think he would have. But he is an absolute tractor now on those hards with damage.
Yeah, and he's
now overtakes him.
Yeah, and I think because he doesn't think the mediums will get to the end. I think that's why he stayed out. Unless it's getting, the weather might change. As you can see, it's a little bit darker than normally now.
No, it's full dry for the whole race, I've been told.
Nice to know, because obviously I don't like to know, because it likes to be very interesting in the commentary box, Charlie, but now we can't. So now we know it's not going to be raining, thanks. As well, is YouTube going to pit? Surely he's got to pit. He's going to be out of the points, and yes, he does. And obviously he's got the price to pay of being in last place, pretty much. But yeah, there was more contact down the field. Another 5 cars, I believe, just collided into turn 1. I think Zeke was involved in with both Ferraris and Scar. And obviously Ivo as well. Scar is still spinning, I believe. I think he will be coming in this lap.
As he has damage.
Yeah, he's got damage and he is weaving the steering wheel a lot, so I think there could be goings for him.
Yeah.
So we might just see 13 drivers. Obviously Emil was pit, but he's got a 5-second penalty to his name, I believe, as Scar's got a 5-second penalty in the pits. That confirms it as he retires. He's had enough of his daily spin, the new Luke probably, in the Brazilian Grand Prix. No offence, Luke. As he's had enough. Not really a very good day for Haas. Well, when I say not a very good day, JB's up there, but I do think he's quite lucky to still be there. Well, be in that position, of course, because he had a very poor start of the race. Cutting the grass pretty much as DRS is now open.
I mean, yeah, he's in a good position, but he's for sure not going to get those tires at the end, because once we get to the end of the race, his tires are going to be over 30 laps.
Yeah, and obviously we might see Emil putting tyres on the back of the car, but it's the old hards. 15 laps worth of tyre life he's done to those hards, so he's going to have to hope for another safety car to get some good points here. But yeah, as you were saying about Michael Van Dungen, he's up there in third, and he's got the leaders in his sights. So good point for Aston Martin by the looks of it here, but he's feeling the pressure of the championship leader behind him, and you're right. And it looks like he's finally feeling a little bit racy now. He feels like he's got a little bit of groove going, but doesn't look like he's got a very good front end car. Yeah, he doesn't look like he's got a good car in the day, yeah, because he's lost the back end at the last corner there, missed the apex completely, which puts Ball Boy in the DRS zone once again. So Ball Boy's been thereabouts throughout this race, quite quiet as well.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one that's... Him and a few drivers has probably been the most average race, as everyone's been in crashes, spins, carnage, all sorts in this race so far. But yeah, so far I do think the driver who's definitely on form and staying out of trouble could be Van Dungen so far. As YouTubers put the fastest up of the race with a 1.9.7, who is on the soft side. And he will definitely have to make another pit stop. He's just going to hope for a safety car at least for any points this afternoon. as we have a brilliant camera shot of the helicopter cam, of course. I really want the helicopter shot as a separate camera shot that you can control on each driver. I think that would be
Yeah.
quite sick to see, especially when you're in qualifying as well. You just see just one driver starting their own flying lap. So it'll be a very good demonstration for that for one lap wonders, pretty much. Oh boy, pretty much.
Something I've noticed, VIP and Yuri, they're very fast on the straights, but when it comes to the corners, they are absolutely terrible in sector 2 and 3 as Ivo gets back ahead of Steven. But those two are but they're just not good enough in the corners because Yuri, he gained 4/10 in that first sector alone as he was almost outside DRS at the end of the last lap, and it was the same with VIP.
Yeah, obviously we're just on board with VIP as Leslie gets a 3-second penalty at turn 2. Yeah, seeing that, I don't think I'm guessing that both the Red Bull drivers are in a bye together. Probably gone for a similar stretch. So the Red Bull looks like they like braking quite late, but they don't have the front end grip to make the corner by the looks of it. So I think that's what is stopping them. Obviously, VIP looks like he's got the pace out of the two drivers. But yeah, when they're right behind someone, they haven't really got the pace, the challenge to make amends. Because I don't think they have made any simple overtake by what I've seen consistently in this race so far. So they're respectively up there where they should be, but they're not really challenging this race. So that's a little bit of a downfall so far by Red Bull.
I mean, take a look at JB though. He's all over the Mercedes of Ballboy now. The only problem for him though now is that he's derating whilst Ballboy still has almost half the battery left. But JB, you can't argue. He's been up there somewhat in the race. Haas are only in 9th at the moment. So if they manage to get P6 or P5 this race, I'm sure they'd be very happy.
Yep, he's doing amazingly well, but his battery is his downfall ever so slightly. But he's doing incredibly well. We see Ivo, obviously he made a move on O'Steven just a lap ago, but it looks like O'Steven is coming back at him. But Ivo has got the DRS to Humanoid, so Ivo might make the move down here. Look at the straight line speed difference with DRS and battery. It's like licking candy from a baby down the turn 1, took the racing line before the braking zone.
Look at Yuri now, he's all over the back of Van Dongen, but Van Dongen I think is using up the battery to keep ahead of him. There's chance there, but now he's going to have to wait another few more laps I reckon. But those Red Bulls are definitely beginning to pick up the pace now on Gamer and Michael Van Dongen.
Yeah, but a phenomenal drive from Van Dongen, who hasn't had the best of seasons. Or the best 2 last seasons at least, but he's doing a phenomenal job of Aston Martin as Steven is looks like he dived on Humanoid. Humanoid looks like he's going to come back, but it's not happening. So good move from Steven up into 8th, still putting the pressure on Ivo surprisingly. So it looks like the means we've still got tyres to give, but I think Steven is pushing a lot just to stay with him. But by doing that, he's going to hold his tyres a little bit more, so not really ideal. As the 2 Ferraris, the wooden spin of the train, Emil is catching up on his old hard tyres to his teammate, which I believe he had to put also on his hard set. So yeah, not a good day for Ferrari. Obviously in real time right now, if anyone else knew, there was no F1 Grand Prix this weekend because there's just a little bit of water on the track down in Imola. This weekend, so there's no no race at all. Hopefully they will bring it back later the year, or they might just have to sack it off and just bring it back next year, which would not be a good ideal for fans who've already paid. If they got their money back, well done. It will be Monaco though this weekend, so hopefully everyone will be watching, and it should be a good race and qualifying more importantly, as qualifying's more importantly around Monaco in the real life. Maybe Perez will make another win.
And the more fun part for Monaco this week, at the moment, it's looking like it's going to be raining on Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, that would be more interesting. Another win for Perez, please. Have I got a favourite over two? Maybe. But that's then. This is now. Oh no, sorry. I thought Uri made a move on Van Dingen, but no, I was looking at his teammate. But yeah, the Red Bulls are putting pressure on them, but they're catching up. But they just haven't got the front end grip to stay with them mid corner. But yeah, as you were saying about before I cut you off.
I mean, you say that you're up for a Perez win this weekend. It could possibly be a Fernando win because he said that the Aston Martin is quicker than Red Bull when it comes to corner speed, but they're slower on the straights. So, tracks like Monaco, Singapore, and some other ones, they could possibly look to be quick there. So you never know. We might just see a Fernando win this weekend if it's raining, and considering Monaco isn't the best when it comes to straights.
Well, anyone that can beat Red Bull, basically. If it is, I hope Fernando does it, because Fernando, when he's in a midfield car or like a slightly top tier car, he's a little bit a funny little guy, isn't he? Like, a little cheeky, and he knows what he's doing when he's in a racing car. Obviously, despite being the oldest guy on the track now. Now Kimi has retired a few years ago. As JB has put the pressure on Ballboy now, the former FRL owner.
Come on, we want to see some overtakes.
Yeah, we're talking about real life F1. This is not supposed to happen. As we see someone making an overtake down the field, but yeah, YouTubers now.
He's gone back to 10-lap old hards.
Surely he's got another set of mediums, or unless
no, because with the sprint, you only get one set of mediums for the sprint race and one set of mediums for the feature. So you only get that's the problem with the sprint race on this game. Oh, and he crashed on the pit exit and he's lost his front left end plate. So he's got going up. Have a front wing.
As Kimi Räikkönen would say, oops.
Wow.
He only says one word and he just gets on with it. But we said now VIP is putting pressure on the leader here. As Sky has left the session. Obviously he already retired. But yeah, the Red Bull is finally putting pressure. But he's got no battery at all now compared to Banan, who has got much battery himself, but more than the Red Bull behind him. Yuri's dropped back from Van Dingen now.
I think Yuri's just saving up his battery and waiting to pounce. But you got a train building from Ballboy down to O'Steven now.
Yeah, a big fill-in the Mercedes sandwich. As Ivo is I think he's trying to let JB attack Ballboy, but it's not happening. So I think he's trying to get the position himself, which is going to be even harder for him, because he's going to get DRS off Ballboy. It's going to be not easy to overtake. And obviously JB is using his...
He's gaining. He's going to go for it in the turn one. We finally see an overtake.
And it's for the lead. And there's contact.
The leaders have made contact, and through goes Michael Van Dongen.
Well, Yuri's just come out of nowhere from P4 to P1.
Through goes Yuri. What on earth?
Oh my word, that was unbelievable. I think that was obvious whose fault it was. I think VIP just shut the door and Banan think he's going to back out. Banan had a right to be there. It wasn't a dive bomb or anything. So yeah, I think unless it was team tactic, I don't think it was intentional. But yeah, I don't know. Team orders in an aggressive way.
Take out the leader.
Multi-lap take out McLaren. Pretty much.
Orders. You're just set to that he executes order 66.
Yeah, but to be honest, I do think VIP just shut the door on him when Banan was still rightfully there, and now he might have side pod damage as well, and now he's just giving Ballboy the opportunity
Oh,
to.
Geist is out.
Oh, and he's also on the exit.
Safety
Oh,
car.
safety car, and I think everyone will be paying for soft tyres, I imagine. But yeah, you're right. Out of
What the?
nowhere. Oh, and Van Dingen got a penalty.
The
Did he
man.
already have that, or I think he just got that penalty?
Wait, what? Who?
Van Dingen.
He's had that penalty for ages.
Oh, did he? Oh, I was too excited to see
Yeah.
him up there. I wanted him to do well.
He's had that for ages, Michael.
Oh no, I'm being so
Come on,
delusional.
get on with it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like Fernando Alonso in Aston Martin. You just like to see it up there, but I mean, he is still up there. But you're right though.
I've got a feeling that Ivo and O'Steven are going to stay out. I just had that feeling that those two are going to be the two. Because O'Steven's obviously on mediums, and Ivo just seems like a person who'd stay out.
I mean, to be honest, if any of the top 9 could take the lead, whoever pits, because it's quite, despite it looks like a very short pit lane, but it's quite not, especially the gap between P1 and
Gamer stays
P9.
out.
Oh, and he stays out. I think.
Ballboy stays out.
Oh, and
Ivo stays out.
Yeah, Ivo
O'Steven's
stays
in.
out. O'Steven's in.
Humanoid's in. Zook's already pitted, and so's Mill, and so's Leslie. But
Oh.
I was not expecting Gamer and Ballboy to stay out. I expected Ivo and O'Steven. Ivo has. O'Stevens came in, but wow.
Well, I'm pretty sure that they're all in a party. I do think Red Bull's in one party and McLaren in the other.
You've got. I know that. I'm pretty sure Yuri, VIP, Zook, and Ivo. All 4 of them are in a party, I believe, and possibly Gamer as well.
Yeah, and also, I'm just. I might have to look at the table here. My maths is not going to be good. And when I say maths, you probably know what I'm going to look at. How many races we've got?
3 after this, so
3 after this.
Yuri could not win it. He's not going to win it.
And that's confirmed. He's not going to win it if he wins.
He's not winning it because he's only 38 points ahead, and he only gained 12. He needs over 78. He can win it next week, but definitely not this week. Okay,
right. So I got a little bit excited there because I knew the gap was massive, and obviously YouTube is now out of this race. He might still hang on to P2 in the championship, but Ballboy will be closing up. So no pressure, Ballboy, for the Brits. You know, you're the only Brit can challenge for a second at the minute. But yeah, just some crazy race so far. Obviously, I know we're coming to the end of the season. There's going to be a lot of pushing and shoving between these lot, but never dramatic as this. I mean, with 3 races to go after this, as you say. What are the next 3 races going to be like?
Predict top 3 now.
Well, for the championship, I think that could be quite easy.
No, for this. This.
Why? Do you not know? I don't know if I want to say because I think it could get messy.
Say it. I just realised though Steven could possibly get a podium here.
Oh. If there's no collision, I think Banan, Ivo, and Van Dingen. I think they might get it, but I don't think they're going to win. But
I'm going to say...
with collisions, Banan... No.
Banan? Really?
I think Ballboy. With no collisions, Ballboy, Banan, and Van Dingen.
Alright, without collisions, I'm going to say Yuri, Banan, and let's go with Ivo. Okay. With collisions, Ballboy, O'Steven and JB.
Well, we'll find out as now we'll get on the way. with 3 laps of racing to go. I need to keep an eye on the Red Bull. He's going down the inside, and it's the contact already between the two McLarens. McLaren and Ivo.
Here comes Michael Van Dongen.
Here he comes. They're all using overtake. There's 4 cars in it.
So slow. Here comes JB.
Round the outside of the Red Bull, and he gets and they spins the.
Ivo spun. Oh my goodness.
Oh, and Leslie's gone as well.
Spun it. Oh, I know Steven's been spun round.
Oh no.
Could JB possibly win the race?
Could it be? Come back to FRL and Ballboy and Zook. Yeah, they are, and they're not collided so far. But one of them can get a podium here. Not the first time he's been on a podium this season, I think, Ballboy, but his first win could be within shout here, ladies and gentlemen. His first win since Belgium, I believe, season 5.
Here's Van Dongen though. Here comes Van Dongen.
And here he comes. He could still win it even with his penalty. As he goes down the inside.
Oh, where's the half spin?
Whoa, the Red Bull.
Yuri's getting aggressive now. He's getting really aggressive.
Yep, and his teammate's gone through as well. Is his teammate going to help in any of this? We won't see. But it's JB down the inside of Ballboy for the 30th podium. As the Red Bull spins a VIP.
Who spun? VIP. Oh, VIP. But JB's ahead of Ballboy. This is crucial.
And JB's actually in the net P2 right now of Van Dongen's penalties.
Oh my goodness. Could we wait? So provisionally it's Gamer Banan, JB, and Ballboy.
Yeah, but if Van Dongen gets past, could he have the pace to pull away? Surely not.
Gamer Banan has a lot of battery left though still.
And here's Emil with his penalties as well on the soft tyres, challenging Ballboy.
When here comes Emil on Ballboy.
Yes, he's got the move done. What about Yuri? Down in sixth. He has to go down the inside. Ballboy holds it on. But he couldn't hang on enough.
He should have pitted. Ballboy should have pitted. He could have possibly won the race.
But here comes Van Dongen. He needs to get the move done if he's going to have any chance of winning this race.
Down the inside goes the old F3 champ.
He's still there though. The position's still there for Banan.
Oh, is Gamer going to go for it? He backs out, but he keeps going. Does he stay ahead? Michael's off the track a bit.
Oh, they're both down on battery as well.
There's
and JB's there. JB's there with his soft tyres reminder. Banan's still on the old hard.
And he's on the inside now. Oh, and contact.
Don't contact, please. You can't. As we see Emil.
The final lap of the race. Wait, I see what Ivo's doing. Ivo's going to give his teammate back. He's going to give his teammate DRS. But does he actually get it? He doesn't. He doesn't get the DRS.
Oh no! Who's going to come out on top on the racetrack? Who's going to be a win? Who's going to be your race winner?
Gamer is out of battery.
Everyone's out of battery. They're all flashing.
Down the inside. He turns in. Gamer spins.
Oh, he's gone.
On the last lap.
Van Dongen's winning, but JB's leading on. I don't know what to say. JB.
Ballboy can still get the podium. Ballboy could still get a podium, maybe.
I don't want to look. I don't want Ivo's retired.
Here comes Emil. Here comes Emil. Here comes Emil.
Emil. Oh.
Wow. My God.
Emil's got past, but JB is still on course to win.
We need to keep an eye on Yuri. Yuri against JB. This is for the race win. Unless penalties are removed. Is JB gonna go for it on Emil? No, he doesn't.
Can JB hold on? This will be his first F2. F2 win for JB. Could he hold on? I think he's gonna do it.
Is it going to be a photo finish towards the line between Michael Van Dongen and Emil? Emil,
we'll
he's
see.
Gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Here he comes across the line. Emil
it's a photo finish, but JB wins it.
Emil gets P3 by 0.034, and Zook barely misses out on P5 by 0.06.
Oh my, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think you're gonna ever see a race quite like that. And I really mean that with a passion. I really don't think you're ever gonna see it. Who needs a championship decider when you have a race like that? And look who's on top. I don't think no one predicted this. And I don't think he did, especially the troubles he had throughout this race. Out of nowhere, with probably, I think it was like 3 laps to go, we think he was going to get a podium. Not long on a race win. But I can't believe I'm saying this. Your F2 race winner is JB.
Oh my goodness. And the person who's been absolutely devastated is Michael Van Dongen. He got overtaken at the line by Emil, and that was for the podium.
Yeah,
The man is still yet to get a podium this season, and he's got to keep waiting for another 3 rounds left.
well, I hope Van Dongen can still be happy. He definitely had the pace to change for the win. It's just apparently let him down, but I'm pinching myself a little bit off. I still can't believe what I'm seeing now, but I'm gonna read it for you. The top 10 of your race result:
Wait,
P1 JB, followed by
wait, look at the
Uri.
gap. Look at the gap between JB and Yuri.
I know it's incredible.
What?
And JB, hold on, with JB taking your first place, followed by Uri, Emil, Michael Van Dongen, Ballboy, Evil Zook, VIP Gamer. I can't even speak because it's that. I'll just let you look by yourself, whoever's watching. I can't be asked to read all that. That is just insane of a race we just witnessed here. And other leagues watching, I wish you could see me giving you all of the finger right now because you're never going to see a race like that. What an incredible race, and a massive congratulations to JB. Phenomenal.
I'm
As
sure his son, little Brookie, will be cheering him on from downstairs.
he's probably jealous. He's got an F2 win. I don't think he's going to get one here anytime soon. But I don't think he's going to join the interview, which I'm disappointed about because I would love to hear his reaction. But I knew Emil got. I think it will be Yuri again in the interviews chat. But we'll invite the top 3 here. Oh wow!
That is what a race! Race of the season.
What a race indeed! I can't find a mill for some reason.
God, when was the last time JB won a race?
Well, I think when he won the F4 championship.
It was F3 that he won, wasn't it? Or was it F4?
I think it was F4 when we first started doing it.
Yeah, it was F4.
But
no, his last win was actually in F3 Season 8 in Britain.
Yeah, possibly. But either way, no matter how long it was, I don't think we'll ever say JB won an F2 race. Which I think he's going to carry on watching this until he might watch this every day until the next race. I'll absolutely chuff for him, and I think majority will be chuff for him also because that's just a fantastic result. Obviously, things have to fall into place for him, as we did witness it. But yeah, what a crazy race! Fantastic from JB. As we just wait for a few more seconds, minutes, whatever, until anyone else comes in. And so he's saying my congrats to the race winner, but I don't think he's going to be joining. So I think we'll start with our very own favourite, who'd like to be in the comments box for like, will be Yuri.
Good evening, lads. Good evening.
Oh god, a few.
Well, good evening to you, and well done for your P2. Obviously, extending your championship lead uh, once again, because obviously your nearest rival did drop out near the end. But you might have to say on this occasion, you're quite lucky to finish where you were, because it looks like you didn't have a very good race car underneath you today.
Nah, mate, I was the fun. Nah, mate. This was horrible. I already told you. I think it was last week, with exams and everything. But yeah, I have no idea how I ended up in P2. Honestly, I mean, I'm a bit surprised if I say so myself. But yeah. Yeah. What can I say? I mean, it was very surprising because I didn't have. I probably had maybe midfield pace, high midfield pace, but Gijs, Gambanan, Vip, all those guys were just running away, and I mean, I was like, okay, I'll probably, this is a race, I'll have to settle in for maybe P4, P5, and then I'll be okay with it. But yeah, P2 is very big result for me.
Yeah, and obviously, yeah, again, I think it was quite lucky he finished there because there was a lot of people were in the hunt for that win. Obviously, JB and Michael Van Dungen, of course. There was a lot of people who had extremely good pace. And it seems like at near the end of that race, it looks like you and your teammate had your pace once again, but you were struggling for, it looked like front end grip for when you're in dirty air because it seems like you were struggling in the corners as well as you were straight line speed. So I think, yeah, I think the majority of the team was quite lucky to get the points that it's got. Unfortunate for your teammate that dropped out because I'm guessing you were in a party, wasn't you?
Yeah, I mean, it was very unfortunate because, I mean, I also don't know about the safety car really because I mean, he was already lapped and everything, so I don't know if it was on purpose. Probably not, but uh, yeah, it was a bit annoying because we could have gotten an easy top three or yeah, how would you say, the double podium. Uh, but yeah, I mean, still, he wasn't very happy with that, of course. But yeah, I mean, he drove very good, Vip, and way better than me. And you could have gone for the win, but of course, yeah, the 3 second time penalty. But yeah, in the end, it was very unfortunate on his side.
Yeah, and obviously out of that carnage, you just went from P4 to P1 out of nowhere, which was very surprising. But obviously that safety car came out. Was it a good idea the safety car came out, or would it be better if there wasn't any safety car? Because obviously you did take the lead, but did you have the pace on the hard tyres?
Oh yeah, no, that was the I mean, in the end, it was probably better because the hards were dropping off quite, and I struggled to get more pace. Every lap I struggled more and more. So I think in the end, well, let's say track position, it was very bad, the safety car, but on pace wise, it was, yeah, it was very helpful for the race. Yeah.
Yeah, well, good. Well, despite having a terrible car, you did get some very good points. But I would take it over to Charlie because I know sometimes it doesn't have anything to say, as I
No.
need to try and get my voice back after that commentating at the last few laps was insane. But yeah, Charlie, any words, especially for next week?
Well, for once you actually left me some questions, but yeah, well done on the P2 first of all.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure you are happy with that considering the pace
Hmm.
that you couldn't quite have in this race. But obviously, it's Miami next week. Probably one of the. I think it's a track that a lot of people may look forward to. Obviously, one of the new tracks on the game, but obviously not really new anymore since it's almost been a year. But obviously, you've got Miami next week, but then at the same time, are you going to possibly do F1 tomorrow if they ask for F2 drivers?
It really depends. I mean, I have my last exam course tomorrow, but yeah, I don't think so. I mean, Brazil is a very difficult track, and I mean, one time is enough. And then, I mean, I can race, of course, in F1, but I probably don't think I will enjoy that because I didn't enjoy this race. If I'm being honest. Also, of course, when you get beaten by 23 thousandths of a second to the line. But yeah, no, probably not.
Clearly doesn't feel like racing twice
Nah.
in every 2 nights, and like last week in Portugal she refused to race.
Yeah.
But no, either. It's Miami next week. How would you feel going there?
Street circuit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what the gap is now with Gijs. I think he scored 8 points in the sprint and that's it. And I scored 23 or something like that. And 49. So the gap is probably into the 70 or no 60 points now with 3 races to go. I mean, a podium would be nice. I think I have the pace in Miami for the podium. I do enjoy the track when I race on it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next race. Of course, also multiple overtaking options. So yeah, it's probably going to be a fun race next week.
The fact you said 60-point gap, I think you're being a bit generous because the gap is not even above 40 before going into this race even. But it's probably about 50 now. But yeah, next week, obviously next week you can possibly win the title because obviously you just need to be above 52 points ahead of Geis. But you never know. You could have Bullboy out of nowhere possibly overtake Geis in the standings.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, I think in my opinion, I'd say you are the deserved champion because obviously you've only had 2 races where you've not finished on the podium, and then the rest you have. You've showed consistency. So has Geis a bit, but sometimes he can have a few races where he'll have a bit of a issue like he did today. But yeah, next week you can obviously win the. Michael, what are you saying? Oh, never mind. But yeah, well done.
Stick to the script.
Well done on the. But yeah, well done on the P2 today, and I hope to see you next week in Miami.
Yeah, thank you for commentating, guys, and I will speak to you next week in the comms box. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
We'll see you next week, hopefully. But that is it for the Brazilian Grand Prix for F2. And again, what a race we just witnessed here, ladies and gentlemen. We had crashes, we had safety cars, had really good overtaking. We had the lot. And as we have someone who might not be racing next week, but we'll have to wait and see why that. I think it's just race frustrationally. I believe that's VIP as well in the comms, I think. But either way, what a fantastic race. And yeah, but we will be back tomorrow night for F1. I don't think it'll be as dramatic as it was as tonight, maybe, but we don't know. We have to wait and see. I will be there, of course, tomorrow night alongside the Godmaster himself, James Head. As we will be there for F1 for 7 o'clock Tuesday night GB time. But we will see you there. But for F2 this evening, we will see you next week in the USA. And one final word will be congratulations to JB for his race win. I can't congratulate him much enough, but well done. Brilliant race and brilliant win. But that's it from F2 tonight. We will see you next week. From me, Michael F1, and the happy chappy himself, Charlie.